Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alistair Cooke and a very special omnibus. Today, we have only one item, but it is the noblest item in English dramatic literature, Shakespeare's King Lear. We've brought Peter Brook over from London to direct it. Virgil Thomson has written and will conduct a special musical score. And for his first appearance, his first television appearance in this country, you will see Orson Welles as King Lear. Now, the play will run without any division of acts or any interruptions of any kind. And we're very grateful to our sponsors for their generosity in making this possible. When you've heard from the first of them, I'll be back to tell you something about the history of the play and its reputation. Our version of King Lear runs about 73 minutes. And Peter Brook said that if he'd had 3 hours, it would still run 73 minutes. This was made possible by taking advantage of the very tough requirements of the Elizabethan stage. You know, they had only a platform stage and no curtain. And when people came in, they expected a play to run for 4 hours. So in order to rest the chief actors, they invented the subplot, the bane of all schoolboys. This brought on the second shift of actors. Well, Peter Brook has simply taken the subplot and thrown it out the window. But everything that bears on the tragedy of Lear is in this version. Now about the play. It was written by Shakespeare in his 41st or 42nd year, at the beginning of the last decade of his life. We don't know much about what happened to him in the 6 years since he wrote the gay comedy, Twelfth Night. He would never again write anything like that. We do know that he lost an 11-year-old son, and that in the preceding years, when he was writing Julius Caesar, Hamlet, Othello, he seems to have been obsessed with public vices like ambition and treason, and private agonies like jealousy and lust. And now here he came to take an old Celtic myth about an aging king who divided his kingdom between 3 daughters in the hope of ensuring their devotion to him, a hope that you'll see was doomed to defeat. Now, for 2 centuries, this play was baffling and it was unpopular. The 18th century didn't like it because they wanted to believe, that Providence was a very reasonable being who ran the universe in a very orderly fashion, according to the new rules laid down by Sir Isaac Newton. So they called it disorderly, barbaric. The 19th century, an optimistic age, felt that its pessimism ran counter to the prosperity of the British Empire and the blessings of the steam engine and the export trade. So they said it was very morbid. And now we, at least those of us who've been lucky to survive the violence and the barbarities of the 20th century, maybe we are a little better qualified to look at this work with a little more humility. It is the play of an author who, in the prime of life, despaired not only of men and women, but of the God who made them. But this is not the petulance of a small-town atheist. It is the despair of one of the most intuitive human beings who've ever lived, and of the most greatly gifted of our poets. So, we give you King Lear in the hope that you may learn more from Shakespeare's pessimism than from the optimism of lesser men.
Give me the map there. No, we have divided in 3 our kingdom. It is our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strength. Cornwall, and you are no less loving son of Albany, we have this hour a present will to publish our daughters' several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. Tell me, my daughters, which of you, shall we say, doth love us most, that we our largest bounty may extend, where nature doth with merit challenge? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
I love you more than word can wield the matter. As much as child e'er loved, or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable, beyond all manner of so much. I love you.
What shall Cordelia speak? Love and be silent.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to this, with shadowy forests and with champaigns rich with plenteous rivers and wide-skirted meads, we make thee lady. To thine and Albany's issue be this perpetual. Now, what says our second, our dearest Regan, wife to Cornwall?
I am made of that self-same metal as my sister. I find she names my very deed of love, only she comes too short. That I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, and find I am alone felicitous in your dear highness' love.
And yet not so, since I am sure my love's more ponderous than my tongue.
To thee and thine, hereditary ever, remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on Goneril. And now, our joy, all of our last and least, what can you say to win a third, more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
Cordelia, man just speak a little, lest it may mar your fortunes.
Good my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as are right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Happily, when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters, to love my father all.
Whose thy heart with thee?
Aye, my good lord.
So young, so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth then be thy dower. Here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity and property of blood. And as a stranger to my heart and thee, hold thee from this forever.
Good my liege.
Peace can't come up between the dragon and his wrath.
Thy youngest daughter does not love thee, liege.
I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence, and avoid my sight. Cornwall and Albany, with my two daughters' dowers, digest this third. I do invest you jointly with my power. Ourself by monthly course, with reservation of 100 nights by you to be sustained, shall our abode make with you by due turns.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever
These
honored as my king, revoke thy gift.
On thy life, no more!
Man, my life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thine enemies, nor fear to lose it, thy safety being the motive.
Out of my sight!
Be better, Lear.
Apollo.
King, thou swearest thy gods in vain.
Vassal, miscreant.
To kill thy physicians,
Hear me!
and thy fee bestow upon the proud. I tell thee thou dost evil.
Mine allegiance. Hear me. 5 days we do allot thee for provision. On the 6th, to turn thy hated back upon our kingdom. If on the 10th day following thy banished trunk be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. Away. By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked. Call forth the princes, France and Burgundy.
The gods to their dear shelter, take thee, maid, that justly thinks, and hast most rightly said.
Fare thee well, King, since thus thou wilt appear. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here.
The princes France and Burgundy, great rivals of our youngest daughter's love, long in our court have made their amorous sojourn. Here are to be answered. My Lord of Burgundy, what in the least will you require in present hour with her?
Most royal majesty, I crave no more than hath your highness offered.
Right noble Burgundy, her price is fallen. She's there. She is yours.
I know no answer.
This is most strange that she who even but now was your best object, the argument of your praise, balm of your age, the best, the dearest, should in this trice of time commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of faith.
Royal king, give but that portion which yourself proposed.
Nothing.
And here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
I have sworn to have...
I am sorry, then, you have so lost a father that you must lose a husband.
Fairest Cordelia, that art most rich, being poor, most choice, forsaken, and most loved, despised. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Not all the dukes of waterish Burgundy can buy this unprized, precious maid of me. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. Though yet unkind, thou losest here a better where to find.
Thou hast her, France. Let her be thine. For we have no such daughter. Nor shall ever look upon that face of hers again. Let her be gone without our grace, our love, our benison.
Sister, it is not a little I have to say of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's certain. And with you. Next month, with us.